Good morning and sliding into afternoon. I'm 5 minutes early today. Whoop whoop. Judy Allan here in San Antonio, Texas, and today's high is going to be 94 degrees. What do you think about that fall weather? Right? So today we're going to be doing the rustic harvest, and I'm going to do a non-traditional way that we normally do the stack and shuffle. Part of it's driven by the fact is I only had so much paper left, but I think you're going to like it because you know what? That's what we get down to sometimes. We just have a little bit of paper left, and what do you do with it? So I'm going to show you what to do. And we're still going to make a 3x3 card, and I'm going to show you how you can take those pumpkins and make them even more beautiful. All right, with that, let's go down the hands and let's get started. Yes. So this is the stack and shuffle, and normally we use larger pieces, okay? And what I've done today is I only had a 3 3/4, and I wrote it down up here, by 5 left of this piece of paper. But I wanted to use it, and I want to do a stack and shuffle. Because I want to show you that, while we do things one way, you know what? Take what you have and have fun and do something with it. So I changed it up a little bit. So what I've done is I've cut this, since it's shorter and smaller than what we normally work with. I cut this out here and here. This piece here is only 1 inch. And instead of having 4 different sizes, I just cut it straight across at 2 inches down here at the bottom. Alright, so we're going to still do, so it's going to be a little bit different, and I'll show you what we're going to do different. We're still going to do our shuffle, right? We're going to switch one here. And we're going to slide 2 of these to the bottom. And instead of sliding 3 to the bottom, I'll just do it because people are used to that. Alright, so this is what we get. Now, this is how we normally do it, and these are different sizes, right? This is usually shorter up here, long up here, so no pieces are the same size in height anyway. So what we're going to do with this, make it a little bit different, we're going to turn these around and swap them just like this. Alright? And with that, we're going to make our card. So it's a non-traditional way of doing it. Everybody has it, if you go out there, you'll see it on YouTube. Everybody has a traditional way of doing it, and I've given those measurements before. So here's the measurements if you want it for what I did today. So I'm going to do the same thing though. I'm going to lay them on the card. So I'm using crushed curry because I think it really brings out the rich colors of these the papers here. So there's going to be one card. I'm just going to set it aside for a moment because I'm just getting these stacked on here for you. Because I'm going to do something a little bit different as well too. Normally we put these up, butt them up right next to each other. Oh yes, please, if you're out there, please be sure to say hello. I always like it. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hello, Jennifer. It's always so good to see you. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm just laying these out for you, and we'll get ready to glue these down. So one of the things is like I said, is usually we butt these up right next to each other, which is perfect, right? Just perfect. But what I'm going to do today, on one of them at least, 2 of them, I'm going to butt them together like we're used to seeing, and then because they are a little bit smaller in size, I'm actually going to sit up there and leave a little bit of a gap, and you're going to see what the difference looks like. Because that's one thing, right, about creating, is trying, exploring different things and just have fun with it, right? Because we're supposed to be creating to share, right, and to give. Create, share, and give. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do this right here. And I'm just going to butt them together like we normally would. And this is what it's going to look like. And I might could have gone a little bit lower, but it doesn't matter, right? It's all about creating and having fun. And that's what I want to be sure to do. So yes, be sure to do your comments out there. And also, we're on YouTube. And if you're interested, yes, we have the retreat coming up on the 29th, and we only have 4 packets left. So we always make kits. The videos and the, don't mind the dog, the videos and the YouTube, I should say, the videos are YouTube. The videos and the PDF tutorials is what I'm really trying to get out. Will still be available, right? But the actual kits, we've gone and pre-cut everything. There's only 4 packets left. And they go out in the mail on the 20th because we got goodie bags and stuff they're putting together. So they go out on the mail out on the 20th. So if you're interested, now is the time. Now is the time. right? And it's all about the holiday season. We've got Thanksgiving in there, we have Christmas, a lot of Christmas, and we have New Year's. All right, so with that, then all I got here is I've got these leaves here. So this paper is in the suite, as well as these leaves are too. And I've got here just a small piece of Very Vanilla, and we're gonna stamp on this. And then we're just gonna embellish, and then I'll do the other one. Just put grateful, right? Thank you. And you know what? I didn't look like, so you just flip it over, right? It's all about tips and tricks. Just flip it over. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's just a tip. If you mess up, you know you can flip it over. All right. And then with that, so what I did with this here is I went ahead and put adhesive on the back of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors to just trim around this leaf here. Okay? So I'm just going to put it right here in the center. And actually these leaves remind me of the Canadian maple leaves. That's what they remind me of. Okay, so I'm just going to trim it. I just wanted to be different, right? I don't have to do everything the same way. It's all about doing whatever you want to do. And today I'm in a very creative fall mode, hoping for that weather to really feel like fall weather. We got cooler weather at nighttime, but it's like nighttime when I'm asleep. Like at 3 o'clock in the morning is when it really starts like dropping those temperatures. So I can only benefit it if I'm out of bed early and outside to appreciate that. All right, and see, I just trimmed it. I just trimmed it like that. And I've already gone and finished one, so this is what it's really going to look like with a nice little bow on top, and it looks very cute with that. And then I'm just going to add some bling to it, okay, because I can. And I'm just going to add some of this here. You know, there's a lot to be grateful for. Thanksgiving is here, so there's right around the corner, right after Halloween, so there's plenty for us to be grateful for. Now I'm just going to put some gems on here, just give it a little bling. Because I can, right? And I'm just going to put one up here too. Because I can. Alright, and we're just going to put that right there in, and we're going to tack that down. And I'm going to actually put that on dimensionals. I was thinking about not doing it at first, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on dimensionals because I can. Next one I might not, but this one I am. Alright, so I just put a couple on here and we'll be done. So I'm going to make 4 of these, but I'm not going to make all 4 of them right now. I'm just going to make 2 of them for you, and you can see them later. We got them posted. We'll have it on YouTube, and then we'll also have it on Instagram and Pinterest. But there you go. There's a just nice, grateful card with that right there. Okay. Now the next one I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to change it up a little, right? Let me close my ink so I don't stamp my hand in that. If you've never done it before, yesterday I had purple fingers in black all over my hands because we're Halloween cards at a senior center's place. So I had the stuff all over my hands. And then the night before, as I was making examples for it, if you've ever done a senior, go work at a place where people are assisted living or a senior home, they really like it when you have examples to show them so they can work at, you know, either copying the example you had or doing their own thing. So I had accidentally dipped my hand in the black ink, so not only did I have purple on my hands, but I had black ink as well. Alright, so this one here, I'm just going to go ahead and space it out like this. Hello, Lourdes. Alright, we need to make that lunch date. Yes, we do. We miss you. Bunches, and your kiddos too. Bunches and bunches and bunches. Alright, so we're just putting a little space in between each of them because I can, right? I don't have to, but I want to. Because I want to show you that, you know, it's whatever you want to do, right? You're making the card to give somebody else. So it's all about giving, right? It's about creating, sharing, and giving. So I'm going to stay focused on that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep you focused on that. That's what you're going to hear me keep on talking about, right? We have a lot of things. I miss you too. So we're going to put this here, but see, so I just want to show you the difference between the two and how it just makes a little bit difference in the look. So you can see just by providing just a little bit of gap between the colors, you can get two different looks, right? It's not an overly dramatic look, but it's just a little bit different of a look, right? So there you go. So it's whether you want to have a gap or not have a gap. All right. So I'm not going to go ahead and put the ribbon on that because I already did this one here, and they're all going to have ribbon on it. It's just a matter of I'm going to do two this way and two this way. But I want to go ahead and get to the 3x3 card for you because I want to show you how cool this is. So we're going to be actually using these two blender pens. One is just your pumpkin color, which I call it just orange, but they call it pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. Does that make you think of pumpkin pie? And this one is Bermuda Bay. So I wanted to show you how, by using this, we can change the color of these pumpkins. Now you can do this whether you want to do it here while it's on the card, if you want, or you can do it off. I'm just going to go ahead and do mine while it's on the card because it's really not going to make a difference other than I will have adhered it. And if I made a mistake, then I would have opportunity for creativity because this is like the last piece of paper I have of this that I have of a decent size that I can do something with, which is putting it on a 3x3 card. If you want to know what size this is, I want to say it's 2 1/4 by 2 3/4 is what it is. Like I said, it was just some that I had left, but I wanted to use, and I'm going to show you on the 3x3. So if you take this pumpkin pie, and I'm going to use the larger end. These are, in case you want to know, this is called a Stampin' Blend. And I'll get this off without hopefully getting orange all over me. Okay, so if you take this wider end here and just lightly stroke across the pumpkin here, I want you to see what a nice different look. I'm not going to hold it down and drench it or anything. I'm just going to do lightly strokes and see how it looks and how it's going to transform. Now see, I just got a little bit on that, and my world's not going to end over that. But it's just to show you I have to be a little bit more careful since I did go ahead and put it on my cardstock, unless I just wanted to, don't care about that. Alright, and that's all you're going to do is just going to add that, and then I'm going to show you what happens when you add that Bermuda Bay to those green leaves. It's going to give them a much richer. Now you will have to, now the thing with this is if you're going to come down and color all the pumpkin, you might want to go and do what I just did. And I'm actually going to, so see how that makes such a difference on that pumpkin? And then I'm going to use this Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the leaves. Now the same thing with the leaves is I'm not out to drench, I'm just lightly stroking over them. But it's going to give these leaves a different, richer look, right? So we'll see what you think about it. You know, and it allows you to do the tip. And you know what? I even came down and did this here. I know it depends on the pumpkin, it just depends on where it is, but still, on whether it's ready and ripe or not, or whatever. If you've ever grown pumpkins, I've tried to grow pumpkins, I wasn't successful. I definitely have not tried it here in San Antonio, because it's hard to even grow tomatoes here with the heat. But you know, it's just about creating what you want to do with it. And you know what, it's your artwork, right? Basically, when you create a card, it's your artwork. So you have your own unique way of doing things, and I'm just here to sit there and to inspire you to create something. It's not to inspire you to do exactly what I do. You can, but it's to inspire you to go and create. See how that looks like? It's just by adding a little bit of color to it. And you know what, I have to tell you, I appreciate these pumpkins a lot more when I added color to them. At first, I did not fully appreciate them at all. Not even on my radar of appreciation. Okay, now I can do some of the little ones if I want to, but I'm not. I just want to do the main big ones. And I'm just going to finish off this orange here. And then all we have to do is just add some bling, right? And we've got a card. So I'm just going to finish this off because it won't take that long. And just so you get the overall look. I'll just touch that up. Yeah. I'm not sure where pumpkins grow best. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have lived in other parts of the country where I had the right weather and climate to do it, but here it's just too hot. Maybe somebody grows pumpkins in San Antonio and I don't know it, but that's okay. I'm not doing it because if I can't grow my tomatoes and stuff, I'm not really interested in pumpkins as much as I am my tomatoes. It's nothing like a nice homegrown tomato flavor. Versus, well, actually, for as far as that goes, it's anything in your garden, right? And if you sit there and home grow it, it's going to have a different flavor because it doesn't have to have the time for delivery to go from the grower to the grocery store. So you get a much better flavor, in my opinion, on most things, really. Really. Okay, so there you go. So you can see now I did that, and you can see the difference of where this one here, I added color to the stem, and this one I did not. So you'll have to let me know what you like best. I do see that one little leaf right there that I'm going to go ahead and give it a little color. A couple of them. So it doesn't take a whole lot, right? It's just, you just got to dab it. And we're dealing with paper, so it's porous, and it's going to absorb this watercolor ink that's in these pens here. And I just have to touch it, and just barely touching it wants to spread. Okay, so don't think you have to go out there and like apply a lot of hard stuff to it there. Okay, and then from here I'm just going to add this bling. I decided I was going to add this. See, I have choices. So I could do the gold, I could do this copper color, or I could do this green. I planned on doing the green, but now that I added all the different colors, I don't know. It's a tough choice. I'm going to go with my first choice, but you know what? I could just as easily add the other colors. Just as easily. You'd be just as happy. I really don't see a whole lot of difference that it would make for me, personally. It's all a preference, right? So there we go. So I might come back and add a little wing Castella because I can, right? Because I can. I always like adding a little wing Castella. It gives a little sparkle. Again, reminds me of going outside after fresh dew in the morning time. Everything's got a little sparkle. If you don't know that, you need to go outside early in the morning before the day heats up and go see the sparkle, the dew, the moisture off of the different various things out there. It could be leaves from a tree. It could be grass, vegetables, any of those kind of things that are out there, right? So there we go. So I might come back and add a little ribbon or something. I don't know. But that is what I wanted to do and show you this morning. Or this afternoon, really. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this, right? Because it's all about creating, sharing, and giving. And I'll come back and I can add this ribbon here real quick here. See if I can do it in 2 minutes or less, right? So all I did on this is I really don't need this. I really need about 7 inches of ribbon is all I need. I don't even think I even need that. So we're just going to do the same thing, except I'm going to try to make a bow live and impress you and myself. For whatever reason, that just does not seem to go over. You know, and the thing is if you really didn't want to make a bow, you don't have to. You could just as easily make a knot. Ooh, somebody's coming to my rescue to make this. All right, while they make that bow for me, I am going to get my embellishments again here. These are the leaves, and these come together. So if you think you're going to be able to get one without the other, no, they come together as a set, a combo pack. So there you go. All right, and then I'll get my dimensionals back again to sit there and get my leaf on. Ooh, that's so nice. Thank you, thank you. Techie in more ways than one. Oh yeah, not limited to technology at all. It's the small things. That's right, it's nice when you have somebody that you guys can compliment each other, right? You can actually, where one doesn't like to do something or doesn't do it so well, the other can do it and help bail you out. And it's like, yes, teamwork. Teamwork. Feeling the love. Yep. Oh, hello, Victoria. I'm glad you got to join us today. Yep, I am Nana, aka Judy Allan. I do them both. I do them both. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this just a little bit, just like I did the other. And sometimes it curls and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little bling here because I can't. Oops. It stuck to me for more than I wanted it to. Anyway, you can move it around like you want. I'm just going to, you know, I might put it down there this time because I did it the other time. So there you go. Like I said, we've created one with a little bit of a gap. This one with no gap. But this is still a stack and shuffle. I just did it differently than we traditionally do it. And I changed the measurements. So again, here are the measurements and what I did on both of them, just so you know. So there you go, and then here's our little 3x3. I'm most probably going to put something around it. Let me just see if I can do this right now, if this will work. Just to give a little something more, right? I'm just, when I colored those pumpkins and all, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a mess. I knew when I cut that the other day, and I couldn't find where it began. That was going to be a problem. Okay, just a moment. This is technical issues, old school. Yep. See, this is what I was looking for the other day, and I couldn't find it, so I just created my own. Just a second. Oh, my techie's coming. Yep. Yeah, I did that, like, royally. That's my fault, because I knew the other day when I couldn't find... I even put my glasses on, I couldn't find where it began. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to cut. Just like I was doing sewing and anything else. I just cut. And I did. All right. We may not. I've really created a mess here. You know, you sort of have to laugh at it. Wait, don't keep on that. The dog would do that and get the, treat it like a cat would. Let's see here. I really messed that up. Okay, you going to help me there? I might not want to really use this string around it now. It looks like it's going to be more hassle now that I messed it up when I sit there and did that to begin with. Okay. All I was going to do is just 2 strips around, maybe. Just to give it a little more of that rustic look. God bless me, I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you don't have to. We don't have to. Here, let me just come wrap this around. I don't think people really want to watch me make a big mess out of this. Let me just cut this off here, and we'll get that mess straightened up later. It happens. It happens live. It happens when you're not live. It doesn't matter. It just happens, right? So you just have to laugh with it and go. So that's what I get for deciding to add something that I didn't have before. But, you know, I think with this, because it's twine, I would at least wrap it around twice. You know what I mean? Jen, you can make a bow out of it. You can make a square knot. I think after I just made that royal stuff, I think I'm just going to make mine a square knot and call it a day, right? Because I got thank you notes I got to get out to people. So this is just a great way to make thank you notes. And this is, you know, compliments of 2 of some of my favorite peeps that love 3x3 cards, that I make 3x3 cards. So I'm just going to trim this off. Like I said, this is twine. As you saw, it's just like heavy thread, really. Alright, we're just going to leave that there for the moment until I can rearrange that maybe a little bit. You know, just have to look at YouTube and all and see, or Pinterest, or Instagram, whatever, to see what I end up doing with that. I just created that mess. Alright, I wasn't supposed to create a mess, but I did. There was opportunity for creativity. There you go. I think that's fine like that. I would just trim this shorter, right? Because it's just a little much there. There you go. Give it a haircut. There you go. Alright, there we go. I like that a lot better. Alright, just give it that whole rustic feel there. So there we go. Alright. Thank you, Lourdes. Yes, we need fans like you, Lourdes, and you guys out there. Because we all have our moments, right? So, with that, I hope you enjoy this. It's all about creating, sharing, and having fun. And I'm having fun with my techie right now, dodging the camera and stuff. So there you go. It's all about going out there, creating, sharing, and giving. So go do that. Be blessed and have a wonderful week. And I look forward to seeing you next week on Keep It Simple or Step It Up. Bye.